Hello marketers, in this video I am going to tell you how to label or categorize your users in Google Analytics through Google Tag Manager by using the custom dimensions and custom metrics. So dimensions and metrics are the building blocks of any analytics reports. So if you could see these reports in analytics, the acquisition reports and the channels report. So here you can identify this is the dimension that could attribute data to all the channels based upon the channel type. So dimensions are the attributes of data. While coming to the metrics, they measure the data. So the number of users coming through this channel and the new users and the pages per session, the number of pages the user has gone in a particular session, these all come under metrics. So this measure the data. So what if we'd like to collect more data apart from the standard data that analytics would automatically collect? For that, we need to use the custom dimensions and metrics, which would allow us to create the additional data that is required to assign to a particular user or categorize a user and assign a label for that particular user. So for that, we need to create custom dimensions, and custom dimensions have a particular process to create and process and report that in the analytics reports. Firstly, for a custom dimension, we need to create that in the analytics. So in analytics, if we could go to the admin block, just I shall go to the admin block. We have an option to create the custom dimension in the particular property we are dealing with. In that, we have the custom definitions and the custom dimension. So I have already created a custom dimension related to my website. So let me take an example of a sample website of our agency website, Measure Marketer. So this is a website. We deal with very exclusive, advanced measurement strategies in our bootcamp, and as an agency, we also deal with wonderful challenges and find solutions for that. So one of such strategy is labeling the users using the custom dimensions. So this is a website. So we have a subdomain for our Hyderabad users called the hyderabad.measuremarketer.com. If you could see, this is one of our exclusive and advanced measurement training programs related to Google Ads, Google Analytics, and Google Tag Manager. We have exclusive individual programs for each one for only experienced marketers. So here, if the users would like to enroll, they can just fill this form. So once the users fill this form, they will be taken to a thank you page. I'm just aware of the URL. I'll just head to the thank you page. So this is the thank you page that the users will be taken once they fill the form. Sorry, the URL was enroll confirmation. So this is the thank you page that users would reach to once they enroll to our exclusive programs related to the advanced skills regarding Google Ads, Facebook Ads, and Analytics and Tag Manager, which is the heart of measurement. So I would like to track those users who have enrolled to my program and just assign a badge or a label to those users as leads, because they are the leads according to my viewpoint, as they have enrolled to my application form and just enrolled into our course. So I would like to track all the users who have enrolled into this and label them as leads. So for that, we need to use the custom dimensions. So just get back to analytics, and the first step of creating a custom dimension is to configure it. Firstly, I have created a custom dimension. So while creating a custom dimension, we need to mention the name of the custom dimension, the label we need to assign to the users, and also we have to give the scope. So there are different types of scope. I hope you have gone to a YouTube channel. If not, you could just refer to your YouTube channel. We have a lot of content related to Google Analytics where we discuss about these scopes. So I would just give it in a brief. So there would be 4 types of scope assigned to a custom dimension. It would be either a hit, session, user, or a product level scope. So the hit level scope So this scope would just mention when to categorize the data or what kind of data to be categorized under this dimension. So if you give a hit level scope, so the dimension would be assigned to every hit that is sent by the user. So if it is a session level scope, then all the hits in that particular session will be attributed the value called lead. While coming to the user scope, so this lead custom dimension value would be attributed to the user in the previous and the further sessions that he would uh, do on a website. So all the times the user would be having this custom dimension label on him. And we need to activate this custom dimension as this is a lead and this lead is attributed to a particular user. I would like to give a user scope for this and I'm just saving this. So whenever you create a new custom dimension, Google Analytics would be giving us a code. So in this code, the main thing we need to remember is the index. So whenever you create a custom dimension, a particular unique index would be given by Google Analytics to that particular custom dimension, which you could further use while tracking or implementing some other stuff related to this custom dimensions. So just remember guys, one is the index number of this dimension. Just remember this is very important. So it's like the main point through which we would tag all the other data in our reporting. So if I get back to the actual implementation of labeling our users with this lead custom dimension, let me implement it through Google Tag Manager. We also have exclusive programs related to Tag Manager where we delight to learn regarding the measurement strategies and the advanced measurement techniques like this kind of, which would be very much useful. So just like simulating a CRM where you would label some users in CRM regarding their subscribers or their already users who have bought from you or their new users, such kind of all kind of labels could be applied to users in through Google Tag Manager. So right now we are dealing with our lead form filling. For that, initially we need to, as you're all aware, we need to implement the Google Analytics tag on our website. We have implemented it on the subdomain hyderabad.mentionmarketer.com. So for that, we need to create a lead cookie tag. So this tag would be related to those persons who have visited our enroll thank you page would be dropped a cookie named as Hyderabad underscore enroll and the cookie value would be lead because it's a lead for us. So this cookie value would persist for a long time, maybe it's a 1 year for us. So you can just change this expires value depending upon the business kind you are, and this could trigger, and this tag will trigger only on the thank you pages. So see, this is a thank you page we have enroll confirmation. So I kept the trigger on the thank you page. So this is a tag. This is very important. Just I shall save the tag. Okay. Now, for that, we need to initially create some variables that are very much important to notify when a tag is being fired. We need to just check these values. So as we have created a cookie, there's an inbuilt variable type in Google Tag Manager. We have many kind of simplified techniques that could be used in Google Tag Manager, which would require a lot of coding, if not done hard coded or doing hard coding on your side. So for that, we have a variable type called first party cookie, and you just need to mention the cookie name that you have mentioned while creating the cookie. I have mentioned it as Hyderabad underscore enroll, and I'm creating a first party cookie variable. And then depending upon the cookie value, I would like to label those users as lead. So I would take a lookup table. It's a variable type. It's again a default variable type in Google Tag Manager. We could use this. So lookup table would generally take an input of a variable, and based upon its value, it could lead to different outputs. So here I have taken it as lead. Lead could be one of my input value, and the output could be true. So I hope you're clear with the creation of the variables and the tags and the triggers that are needed to implement uh, labeling our users in analytics. So just let me preview this and let us see whether the users coming to my thank you page are being getting labeled as leads. I'm just debugging it and I shall just show you it live in the analytics reports. So I'm here into the actual homepage of Hyderabad Major Marketer website. So everything is being tagged. So initially a page view is being fired and this tag is sent to analytics. This is the basic data or the default data that any analytics account would track regarding a user. So let me go to the enroll now page. As I have mentioned, I would like to track those users who have filled this form and get into our thank you page. As I am aware of my thank you page, I would just lead myself to the thank you page. And if you could refer to this cookie, this is edit this cookie. It's just a Chrome extension. You could just refer all the cookies that are dropped on a user on that particular website. See here, Hyderabad underscore enroll is the cookie that I have created, and the value I have given to that is lead. So it means that anytime the user has come to my website, he will be labeled with this particular dimension called lead. And this could be throughout his lifetime, as I have mentioned, the custom dimension scope to be user scope. So all the hits that he sent will be labeled with this custom dimension called lead. So I can just show you it in the console whether the custom dimension is sent to the Google Analytics or not. So this GTM GA debug in the console. Here you can see all the requests that are sent to Google Analytics. See, the dimension is true. So this dimension, how is this sent with the page view of the Google Analytics? You can just see the additional settings that I have added to the Google Analytics tag that could be loaded on all pages. So we have to add this custom dimension in our Google Analytics tag. For that, we have to enable the overriding settings. In the more settings, we have the custom dimension. As I have mentioned before, you guys would remember the index number which we have to mention while we are sending it data to analytics. Well, this index value could be used in reporting. So index is one, and the value could be the enroll lookup table that we have created, right? So depending upon the value, it will look up for a returning value, and that could be placed over here in the reporting section in analytics. So this is the tag, and as you are aware, the trigger for this tag would be on all pages. Okay. So let me just firstly go into the tag assistant where you can see here. See the lead cookie tag that has fired when they have reached the thank you page. And when they reach the thank you page, they must be labeled with a value called true. So this true implies that he is a lead. As you have mentioned in the lookup table, if he is a lead, then the value would be true. So this custom dimension is sent to analytics, and whenever the user comes again back to our site, he will be labeled with a dimension called lead. And we can categorize based upon that or create filters, and also we shall further discuss where are the areas where we could use this custom dimension further in reporting and analyzing the data. And I can also show it in the debug mode as I have mentioned. See the same custom dimension CD1. It implies that custom dimension and the index number 1 and the value is 2. Okay. Let me just close it. Now we are done with the process with the configuration, and then we have collected the data through Google Tag Manager. Now we are about into processing, and then the next step would be reporting. So all the data would be collected, would be assigned the value with lead custom dimension. Now let us get into the reporting. So you can see this data in audience. In the overview section, here you could create a segment using your custom dimension. If you could see this, this is a segment that is created using a custom dimension. Let me show you creation of the segment using the dimension. So say in this segment, you can go into the conditions, and here you can add the custom dimension that you have created. So let me type das custom dimension or Just let us go and search for a custom dimension. Maybe users include, as it's a user scope, I have to mention it as custom dimension. As I've already created a segment, it could be not using it again. So let me just discard these changes and just use the one segment that we have created already for those who have the custom dimension label as leads. So this is the, so you could see here lead. So lead is the custom dimension, and when this custom dimension lead value matches to true, then we have to keep those users into this segment. So I'm applying this segment onto our actual data. Let me remove this all users data so that you'll be clear with the reporting and analyzing the data. So I'm just applying the lead segment which we have created based upon the custom dimension. And here you can see, so the number of users who are leads are 3. So 3 users have filled a form, or enrollment form, and among them 2 are new users, and the sessions they have created are 3. And you can get all the related data regarding those leads. And then coming to the other important report is the user flow. Let me just remove this segment. I'm into user flow report. So let us see all the reports where this could be involved. So on 6th March, let me go to the user flow. Okay, I'm applying on this state. So similarly, you can create filters in your view regarding this custom dimension. You can add a filter. You can create a new filter over here where you can name the filters as not or leads. Like we would like to exclude these leads, and we would not like to run ads to those who have already submitted a form. Then we need to create a custom filter. We have to select the, here we have to select the custom dimension and mention it as, see here, we have to select the particular custom dimension in this particular field and mention the value to be true. So all those users who are leads would be excluded in this filter, and you can only see those users who have not applied to our form. So this is one reporting section where you can use the custom dimensions which you have created. And here you can also use it in several other places. Like if you go to the site content all pages, here you can see the number of users who have went. So to be more clear, the custom dimensions which you have created can be used as a secondary dimension in our standard reports. So here we have the custom dimension. We can add this custom dimension as a secondary dimension in our reports. See here you can see those people who went to the enroll confirmation, he is a lead and he had gone to 6 pages, and all the other details, the time he spent on the particular pages and the page value that is created and all the other pages that the leads have went to. So you can see only the data that is related to leads. So if, what if you would like to exclude these leads, then you need to use the filter that we have created before and just see the not lead non-leads. And there are also some other places where you could use. You can also create a custom report based on these custom dimensions that could be more clear and more apt to our particular business as compared to the standard reports. See, have created a custom report called leads report, only relevant to those leads. See here, the metrics I have added in the custom report is users and the dimension is leads. So the user who is a lead, so those leads we have got are three users. So three users have been leads for our website and the tracking or the label that we have applied to that. This is one part. And also we can create a custom segment and the user explorer report I have mentioned, right? That's a very good report where you can just see the user behavior based upon their client ID. It could be in audience. If you go to the user explorer report, see, so based on the client ID, the user would be classified. So if you could go to one particular client ID, or maybe the client ID that I have went to, let me see that in the console. So here all the hits sent to Google Analytics would be displayed in the console over here in GA. You can just identify that and get the client ID from here. If you can see 453, this is the client ID for us. Yeah, 453. This is a client ID. This is the user in this particular session. So the custom dimension should be applied to this user. See, the custom dimension that you have applied, this user has filled your form or enrolled to your program. So the custom dimension lead is applied to this user. So like this, any number of users who visit your site and enroll to your program or your application will be labeled as lead, and all the data regarding those users can be viewed in the filters or the custom reports or the user explorer report. So there are several places, and you can also create a segment for those particular users, and you can create a filter where you can exclude these leads and just get data regarding non-leads, or you can just segment the data related to leads and find their categorization. So all this could be done only with the help of the custom dimensions and the metrics that you could add to analytics along with the standard reports or the standard dimensions that could be mentioned. So all these could be done only through Google Tag Manager, and any custom data that is sent to analytics can be sent through using these tags and the cookie values and the variables that are in default present in Tag Manager. So we have an exclusive bootcamp related to all these measurement strategies and implementation sections with more of practical implementation. So we will deal with all such kind of implementations. I hope you're clear with the labeling. So like this, you can use this implementation regarding your particular website. Like you could be labeling the users who have subscribed to your newsletter. You can label them as subscriber, or you could label them, or the users who have purchased from your website, you can label them as your valued users. So you can do anything with this advanced stuff. I hope you're clear. Thank you.